today I want to show you my survival books. So this is just a small portion that I have, but I truly believe that maybe if you have a little bit of a spare money, you should get at least one really good wilderness survival book and a gardening book and maybe a prepping book and or a homesteading book. So I believe in the current situation that maybe something might happen with the food supply chain or with the economy. So maybe we have to go back to basics for a while, and it's always great to secure yourself some knowledge. So today I thought I want to present you my survival books, and I will do different staples. The first one is going to be short-term wilderness survival, and then the other longer-term survival books will follow. Okay guys, so let's dig right in and take a look at my books. Stay tuned. Okay, these are my wilderness survival books. I will give you a short overview. Here at the sides I have identification books for leaves and buds for trees. It's always good to know what trees you have in your vicinity. Then I have a couple of fish books here. Tropical fish book, fish in sweet water, fish in the Mediterranean Sea, and this is especially for fish which can be poisonous or dangerous. This is a book that I have used when I was on the tropical island, very important. Then I have a knot book. This is also for climbing. Here I have a book about animal tracks, very interesting, very nice book. Then I have a couple of real wilderness survival books, less drought. This one is pretty good actually, so I can really recommend this one. But I think the best survival book, which is about modern day survival, is this one here, the SAS Survival Handbook. So if you don't have a lot of money and you can only afford one book, then buy this one, okay? This is by far the best wilderness survival book that you can buy, and it's also a modern day survival book. Now if you're looking into primitive survival, this is the best one that you can get. Wilderness living, primitive techniques only. Okay, so this is Stone Age living. Then I have this bushcraft book by Morse Kochanski. It's also a very good book, really nice. This is a German book, it's okay, but it's not the best. This one is better, I believe. And I have these books, which is more about stories. Ray Mears is also great. Yeah. And I also got Matt Graham's book, which is more a story than a, handbook for survival techniques, but it's also very inspiring. So I really love these books. They are great. So I almost forgot one of my most favorite survival books, which is in German. So if you can read and understand German, this is a survival book that I can really recommend. It's written by Remo, and he is my friend in Switzerland, and he is one of the best survival instructors that I know, and he has written this book here with a lot of photos, okay? It's very easy to understand. The description is really good. So this book here, I gotta say, is so detailed that reading it almost resembles taking a survival course. Okay, it has a lot of photos and it's pretty detailed in descriptions and in photographs. So if you cannot take a course for whatever reason, maybe you don't have the money, maybe you don't have the time to take a survival course, this is the book that you want to get. It's not only primitive survival, but also modern day survival. So if you understand German, this is a book that I would get and read through. And I really love this one because it's so detailed. Okay, so these books I consider as long-term survival books. And yeah, they involve being self-reliant. So this book here is a German book about being self-reliant and living off the grid. They show you pretty much everything. Okay, so It's homesteading basically. It's only in German. I don't know if they have written it in English, maybe. The authors of this book are Dick and James Strawbridge. Okay. Then next I have a book which is just about making pickles and preserving food. And you can also learn how to make sausages. So this is a great book. It's an Austrian book, but I'm sure you will find an English book which has the same content. Then I have a hunting book, how to use the sniper rifle, and also a hunting book about wild boar. Then here I have a fishing book. This is the book that you need to learn to get your fishing license in Austria. And yeah, it's just basic and common knowledge about fishing. Fishing is important. Then I have, oh yes, I have this book. This is a mushroom identification book. And then this here is a book which teaches you how to grow your own mushrooms. Reishi, shiitake, and so on. So you can grow mushrooms yourself. And then here I have a book which is about how to make deer hides from deer skins into buck skins. This is probably one of the best books for tanning. So yeah, I haven't done this actually yet, but I really want to. And it's always great to know how you can make your own clothing. And this book is if you have a forest, and it shows all of the bad bugs that you can get that attack your trees and what you can do against them. So it's a bad bug identification book, important if you have a forest. Okay, the next category is gardening and growing food. So this was one of my first gardening books. It is a general gardening book, and it's really not bad. But later I have found a much better one, which is this here. It's a gardening book by a very good Austrian gardener, and it is a huge gardening book, okay? So you don't only learn about all of the vegetables and fruits, but you also learn a lot about general gardening. And it's really important that you have one book which is about general gardening as well, so that you learn the basics. Then here at the left side I have one book which is only about how to make your own fertilizer. Either if it's by worms, you know, or composting. It's really important that you know how to make your fertilizer, your own fertilizer and compost for your vegetables. The next book that is really important is this one here. This is only about how to grow seeds. Okay, it specializes in seeds, in heirloom seeds, so that you can grow your own seeds if you have to. And it also comes with this table here, which shows you every vegetable. So here you can see all of the vegetables that are common, and then you can find out, hey, is it a pollinator by wind or insects? When does it make seeds? Is it an annual plant or a biannual? And how far should you go away with the same species? Then next I have two books here which are about permaculture. This is more about, you know, how can you change the topical structure in your garden to get a better yield, and how to design a more natural habitat for the plants. Yeah. So this is an Austrian guy, Sepp Holzer, and he's showing how to make hügelbeds. That's permaculture actually. So yeah, permaculture is a great topic, and I'm really getting into it right now. So it's really about sustainable living. Okay, then next we have two topics. We have wild edibles and medicinal plants. Yeah, it's always great if you know what wild edibles you can eat in your area. It's not the same in every country, of course, so make sure that you get a book about your area, and the same with the medicinal plants. So in Europe there are different plants than in America, of course, and also make sure that you get a scientific apothecary book. Okay, this is the one that is used in the pharmacies in Austria. So I'm really glad that I have these. And now I want to show you this book here. This is the last book of today. And it's about nuclear war survival skills. And if you're interested in this topic, I suggest that you get this book. Maybe it's not a nuclear war, but maybe it's nuclear plant which is exploding again. So it never harms if you know about radioactivity. So I read about that a lot, actually. I find it very interesting in general. And here is actually a report of Chernobyl and how it hit my country back then in 1986. So my country got hit when I was only 2 years old, and this is the report about it. So I want to be prepared when this happens another time, because after reading this book I now know what to do. I believe that, nuclear threat is real. It's a man-made threat, and I think we should know something about it. So I definitely have the feeling that we didn't learn enough about this in school. So this is the book that I use to deepen my knowledge about the nuclear threat that is looming. Alright guys, so these were my books, and I really do hope that you got one or two inspirations. So make sure that you get at least one good wilderness survival book. Learn about what you can eat in your area. Learn about the medicinal plants in your area, and then maybe buy a really good gardening book, and then you should be good for a shorter term or a longer term even survival period. Okay, so I really like the books about being very self-sufficient. And I also do quite a lot of gardening myself, so I have a second channel which is about gardening on YouTube, and if you're interested in that, just make sure that you visit the link below. So yeah, this is it guys, thank you for watching, and stay tuned till next time.